Talking horses still at Meydan Hotel, we move to race number 4, and it's the one I'm most looking forward to of all the races this week, because I think we find out whether we've got the World Cup winner here.
Yes.
It's Cato Mountain last time over the 11 furlongs, won by, in my opinion, a furlong. A furlong out, the jockey got off, had a cup of coffee, smoked a cigar, got back on, and stood up in the irons the whole way home, and got closed on him like they were rockets because he'd stopped, and only managed to get to 2 lengths of him. That was over a little bit further, and one thing we both commented on that day is that he had a pacemaker in the race. At least the race was set up for it. A horse that we all looked at after the first race, Steeler, is also in the race. And both of these were horses I really, really liked. But having gone through the card, looked at it, I thought, you know what? I can't go any further than Cato Mountain. If he produces that first run again, I think my notes after that race is he could be the World Cup winner. And I haven't changed my opinion.
Well, I agree with you. This really is a trial for him, I'm sure.
Well, he's 5 for 5 on the all-weather. The only thing that worries me is he's never actually won over this trip.
I wouldn't worry about that at all. 2,200 is a trip he loves, obviously, but he was won this race a long way out. And like you say, he didn't run the last 2 furlongs anyway.
No, true.
He's a horse that really impressed. We should not go away from him, I don't think, until the test has failed. Maybe if he passes this test over 2,000 metres, I can see him definitely being the World Cup horse for Godolphin.
I think he has to be. I mean, he was so impressive. I spoke to Charlie Appleby after the week after, and said, like, how impressive, what's the plan with him? Because he looked like he could go further. He looked like he could do a 1.5 miles, but obviously his turf form is nowhere near as good as his all-weather.
No.
And if you look at the all-weather on World Cup night, the 10 furlongs is, the main race.
Sure.
You've got to go to 10 furlong route. I don't think the 10 furlongs is going to bother him, to be honest. I think if he runs that kind of run. But what interests me is Charlie Appleby did say, I'll be going for that 100+ handicap before I go to a group race with him. I want to give him one more run in, knowing he's going to have to carry 60 against some good horses. The weight clearly didn't bother him.
No.
Knowing he was going to carry 60 against some good horses. And if you think after that first run of Steelers, we were all quite impressed. You're giving 2 kilos to a horse we all thought, oh, he could be good.
Definitely.
So, they clearly think he's a good horse. And for me, I stopped looking. Cato Mountain, that'll do. There's some good horses in this race. Cato Mountain.
I'm with you. I number 1, and that was it for me. That did it. We've been waiting for him to run again. And this is it, I'm sure.
Well, Cato Mountain and Cato Mountain, race number 4. He will be my nap of the day, I think, and that's before I really have a good study up.